Good morning, truth seekers. Good day, good afternoon, whenever you're catching this video. My name is Christina. Thank you so much for joining me. We are on lesson 86, which is still in the review for A Course in Miracles. And the ideas for review today are as follows. Number 71, only God's plan for salvation will work. It is senseless for me to search wildly for salvation. I have seen it in many people and in many things, but when I reached for it, it was not there. I was mistaken about where it is. I was mistaken about what it is. I will undertake no more idle seeking. Only God's plan for salvation will work. And I will rejoice because his plan can never fail. Oof. These are some suggested forms for applying this idea specifically. God's plan for salvation will save me from my perception of this. This is no exception in God's plan for my salvation. Let me perceive this only in the light of God's plan for salvation. And the second idea for review for today is holding grievances is an attack on God's plan for salvation. Amen to that. Holding grievances is an attempt to prove that God's plan for salvation will not work. Do you feel that? I'm going to read it again. Holding grievances is an attempt to prove that God's plan for salvation will not work. Yet only his plan will work. By holding grievances, I am therefore excluding my only hope of salvation from my awareness. I would no longer defeat my own best interests in this insane way. I would accept God's plan for salvation and be happy. That's it. I would just accept God's plan for salvation and know you are free. Specific applications for this idea might be in these forms. I am choosing between misperception and salvation as I look on this. If I see grounds for grievances in this, I will not see the grounds for my salvation. This calls for salvation, not attack. Any moment you find you are holding on to a grievance, you are essentially holding on to attack thoughts. And you're thinking that these are attack thoughts against somebody else, but they're actually attack thoughts against yourself. Let them go. You are good. You are saved. Know that you are the light. God's plan is your salvation. That is the only plan. Not education and what my goals are in job prospects and career. Those are given. Those will fall in alignment, in perfect harmony, if you make your priority your salvation and align that with God's plan. Because when you follow in God's plan, you are saved, and everything you thought was important will still remain important, but it will shift in degrees of your priorities, because you will know when you follow in God's plan, all those other things that you were prioritizing, you do not have to surrender them, let them go. You don't have to sacrifice anything. They will still be there, but they will fall in perfect alignment, in perfect timing if you make God's plan, God's will a priority. All that worry you have of those other things about your future, about your wealth, about your sustenance, about your children, about your relationships, about your own health, those will fall in line. This is why I do this work. This is why I'm sharing this work, so that life becomes this very easy flow. All you have to do is understand what salvation is and how to attain that. And you just fall in line with God's will. God's will is your will, and vice versa, believe it or not. Believe it or not. And all those other things. Oh, I just got an alarm off my daughter's phone. I'm reading the lesson, but woof, that actually scared me. So just trust in God's plan, trust in God's will. I'm literally trying to figure this out because I'm like working my daughter's phone. Oh, no. Okay. Trust the process. Look at this. I'm getting distracted. Trust. You've been saved. Stick with these, and you will really, truly feel your salvation is within you. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day. Today was lesson 86. Take care. Bye for now.